Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode number 3 of Social Life Unfiltered. I'm your host, Ariel De Jesus, and today I'm going to be talking about basically the struggles of what it's like to have experience with ADHD. This is the type of topic that a lot of people have trouble, like myself, have trouble explaining because it really kind of depends on who the person really is and who's really comfortable talking about this type of situation. Because for me, I don't mind it because I've had ADHD pretty much my whole life, and there's always been like so many positives and negatives about what's been going on, about what happens throughout my daily life and what happens that people don't even see during my daily life. What I want to talk about is basically how do I handle having ADHD and what are the outcomes of it. So if you guys don't know, ADHD is Attention-Deficit-Hyperactive Disorder. And basically what that really is, I often tend to usually, not focus. I often pretend to usually forget a lot of things. I often forget a task, or if I just don't remember something, or if I just have something in my mind, I just instantly forget it. Sometimes it can be a thing of, or I can be shy. I don't really know how to handle a situation or a conversation. And if something just doesn't really go between the logic of what I think, my brain just tends to freeze up, and I just can't really seem to understand why the outcome happened as it happened. So I'll give you an example. Basically, there was a time where I was coming back from Manhattan and I was on the train, right? And there was one time I was getting out of the station and I saw this disabled guy in a wheelchair, and he said that he needed some help, and he was like, "Hey, I need some help. I want to go outside." So I looked at the wheelchair and then I said, "Oh, maybe he needs help. Maybe I should probably go help him." So I went up to him and I said, "Hey man, you need some help?" And he was like, yeah, I need to go outside." I took the wheelchair and I was I was doing my best to, cause he was like fidgeting and everything. So I did my best to try to stroll him outside. As soon as I got outside, all of a sudden, he was like, no, wait, stop. So my brain just froze because the logic of the task is what I was supposed to do. Every single like brain cell that was working through that time, it stopped right out of nowhere. And I was just like, okay, first this dude he wanted me to take him outside, and all of a sudden he doesn't? I'm so confused now. So as soon as that happens, I'm just like, "I thought you said you wanted to go outside." And he was like, no, I don't want to go outside. So in my brain, I'm thinking about, okay, did I do something wrong? And then I started to get like these thoughts where saying like, oh, I did something wrong and I felt bad. Maybe I should have never did this. I should have just kept going on with my day. When I was first diagnosed with ADHD, I was like 3 or 4. Doctors told me that it was going to be normal. They told my mom it was going to be normal. I was going to like talk a lot. I was going to be a yapper. I was going to talk a lot. I was going to constantly interrupt people on accident, which sometimes people would be upset with me because, again, it depends if I was surrounded by toxic people or not. It would often just like put me in a state of, it felt like paralysis. I know it's not actually paralysis, but it feels like I was in a state of paralysis, and I just couldn't like move. I would just be in a state of shock where I would be like this. And it's like the scariest feeling ever because like I feel like I just did something wrong, even though I didn't. Like if I just told someone that I felt like it was the right thing and they would just like react, or I just didn't expect the way how they would have reacted, then that's where I'm just like, okay, maybe I said something wrong. I don't know what I said that was wrong. And then all these like different thoughts would just come through my head, like in and out, in and out, in and out, etc. Right? It's a normal thing that I have to just constantly deal with every day. It puts me on a state of stress. No one really understands what I have to like go through every single day, because it's like if my brain is just on mute. It works by itself. It's hard to explain, but it's like my brain just like works by itself on its own. It's a thing that I just have to deal with, and there's just so many parts that I find negative about it. Like another thing is that I feel like I just can't feel love. Sometimes I can just like dap people up. I can give them like a normal handshake or a dap up or anything. I could just dap up my friend and everything. and I can still feel like I just never really knew them. I never met them to begin with, and it doesn't even feel like they even like. It feels like I'm not loved. It's like an invisible wall I can see, but you can't. It's a type of love that people with ADHD can't feel. And it's really scary too, because it's something that people are never gonna really understand. It's a heartbreaking thing, because we feel afraid that people are just going to get mad over the smallest things, that what we do, that we feel like that we're that's just the end of the world. I try my best to at least do everything I can to look at the positives, because thinking negatively will cause negative thoughts to happen in your mind. In order for me not to think about any of those negative feelings or reactions, I've had friends tell me, and then they would just tell me and they would say, try to look at the positive side. Try to look at what God has given you. Realize that having ADHD isn't really such a bad thing after all. There are some good things about it, you know? People with ADHD often are very creative with the things of what they do. They're very smart. Depending on the type of topic that you talk with people about, usually are good at remembering some things that are like in their space of background. Like let's say if it's about like vehicles or electronics or video games, or like some like the normal average ADHD person would like. I mean, that's the stuff that I like. I know other people are different, but I'm pretty sure they would most likely remember it, because it's like something they would be truly passionate about. It's something that they're truly passionate about. So there's that. And then some people with ADHD are like often very good with just talking. Like, I know people with ADHD like myself. I know it doesn't seem like that I talk too much, but sometimes it depends on which person that I get close to, because I often do talk a lot with people that I'm like very close to, and it's not a bad thing. People see this as a bad thing with ADHD is because you really need to pay close attention with the people that you're hanging out with, because I have experience from this, and I've learned that there's going to be people out there that are going to pretend to like be close with you and everything, and be like, oh, hey, I'm your brother, man. Like, I love you. It's tough love. You gotta respect that. It's tough love. I'm being a jerk to you because I love you. People, especially even if you told them that you have this disability, people who do that, people who do that, they don't understand the love that a person with ADHD would need. You just really have to be careful, because everybody is not going to be your friend. They'll just pretend to be your friend, and then later on they'll just backstab you like a twig, literally like that. Like, they'll pretend like you're like a birthday cake, and then later on they'll like just like boom, they'll like stomp on you with a giant leather boot, like if nothing happened, right? So yeah, that's literally the main thing about it. Try your best not to let the society ruin how the way you view your social beliefs and social views on how you see the world. The way how you hang out with people is very important. And it changes how the way you view your perception on people, and you really have to make sure if the person genuinely does care about you, if not the way, like, if they're gonna be a freaking jerk to you, but it has to be in a way where they're actually going to care about you as a person, about how you are, about your insecurities, about your mistakes, about everything about you that's imperfect about you. Because I'm going to tell you right now, I love you. I care about you. I cherish you. Your life matters. You matter. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Your life matters. Do not let anyone tell you otherwise. You are loved. God loves you. My Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, He loves you. And that is exactly how I'm taught to love you. Please remember that. If you're struggling with something, It can be anything, like a personal life. You're never alone. You are loved. And don't you ever forget that. Pain is temporary. Anxiety, fear, stress. Don't let anyone ever control your life. And for my people with ADHD out there, honestly, again, like I said, surround yourself with people that actually do remember your disability. That's really important. They might actually have the same interests, inspirations of what you have in your life. It's very important to know these things, because if you're not aware, and if you just like believe that you could just hang out with anyone, especially if it's a person that's going to take you down a wrong path, then that's how you know you're going to be in trouble. And obviously I want to make sure that you're going to be safe and you're not going to be in trouble. So I guess just to make a conclusion, it's okay if people don't understand. We're all different. We all have different problems. We all have different situations that we go through in our lives. It may not just be one thing, but we all have that one thing, or like I said, it could be multiple things, not just one, but several things in our lives that other people can be sitting next to, or being surrounded in a room, or anyone out there will ever understand. They just won't get it. And that's okay, because the only one that's going to understand is you and Jesus. Because a way out to everything that what we struggle with, no matter if you like it or not, he's going to love you either way. Just like how I love you either way. Whether if you hate me, whether if you dislike me, if you have me blocked, if you have me pushed away, or anything like that. Or even it could be the opposite. If you think I'm a chill guy, if you think I'm nice, if you think I'm cool, if you think I'm sweet, it doesn't matter. I'm going to love you either way. That's the only thing that matters. Because you are God's creation, just like me, and I've learned how to love myself too. Loving things is how the way human life works. Loving things or loving people in this world is how the way human life works. You guys may just say, oh, like talking and communicating, this, that, but also loving and cherishing, or just having love in general. That's what actually makes the world function. That's what makes humans function properly. We have to learn to love each other. That's how we commute. That's how we build relationships. That's how we build friendships. That's how we are able to build all of these wonderful things, right? Because without love, then how are we able to mention anything about what I just said just now, right? So, and it's very important to keep this type of message, because God created it. He created everything.